In this lesson, you will learn how to find midpoints and distance on a grid like the one in the Solve It. Take note, key concept, midpoint formulas. We'll see a description on the left, a formula in the middle, and a diagram on the right. First, on a number line, the coordinate of the midpoint is the average or mean of the coordinates of the endpoints. The formula, the coordinate of the midpoint M of segment AB is A plus B divided by 2. The diagram, here we see points A and B and their midpoint, as well as the coordinates of point A, lowercase a, and the coordinate of point B, lowercase b. If we take those two coordinates, find their sum, and divide by 2, that will provide the coordinate of the midpoint M. Next, in the coordinate plane, the coordinates of the midpoint are the average of the x-coordinates and the average of the y-coordinates of the endpoints. So, formula, given segment AB with A having the coordinates x sub 1, y sub 1, and B having the coordinates x sub 2, y sub 2, the coordinates of the midpoint of segment AB are M, x1 plus x2 divided by 2, comma, y1 plus y2 divided by 2. And in a diagram, here we have points A and B and the midpoint M as labeled. We can see the x and y coordinates of point A marked on the x-axis and y-axis respectively, x sub 1 and y sub 1. And then the x and y coordinates of the point B marked on their axes, x sub 2 and y sub 2. And then we see the x and y coordinates of the midpoint, marked as x sub 1 plus x sub 2 divided by 2 for the x-coordinate, and y sub 1 plus y sub 2 divided by 2 for the y-coordinate. Problem 1. Finding the midpoint. Segment AB has endpoints at -4 and 9. What is the coordinate of its midpoint? Well, we let lowercase a, the coordinate of point A on the number line, equal -4, and lowercase b, the coordinate of point B on the number line, equal 9. By our midpoint formula, the coordinate of the midpoint will be A plus B divided by 2. In this case, that's -4 plus 9 divided by 2, or 5 divided by 2, which we could rewrite in decimal form as 2.5. So we can state the coordinate of the midpoint of segment AB is 2.5. Part B. Segment EF has endpoints E at 7, 5 and F at 2, -4. What are the coordinates of its midpoint M? Well, we see the image of the segment graphed on a coordinate plane on the right. Its coordinates shown, or the coordinates of its endpoints shown. E at 7, 5, F at 2, -4. And our job is to find the coordinates of its midpoint M. Well, we can let 7, 5, the coordinates of E, one endpoint, be x sub 1, y sub 1, and the coordinates of the other endpoint, 2, -4, be x sub 2, y sub 2, and plug those in to the midpoint formula. We know that the formula tells us to average the x's, which means to add x sub 1 and x sub 2 and divide by 2, and then average the y's, y sub 1 plus y sub 2 and divide by 2. And so we find the coordinates of the midpoint of segment EF are M at the coordinates 4.5, 0.5. Your turn, part A. Segment JK has endpoints at -12 and 4 on a number line. What is the coordinate of its midpoint? Part B. What is the midpoint of segment RS with endpoints R at 5, -10 and S at 3, 6?